What's going on, Juco?
Sorry that we're a little late this morning. Had to take care of some business. But we here. The day is July the 9th, 2026. We have about 20 minutes until the market opens. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. We got about 20 minutes until the market opens, and let's go ahead and do our due diligence on today. We had a little bit of a minor hold up. Had an important conversation just now and had to get that taken care of. But we here. We ready to get the day started. Let's go ahead and get our sharing done and over with for today. All right, so looking good. We're ready. Now, the only thing that we have to get shared out is that newsletter for you all. Those of you who have not gotten the newsletter, I highly advise you to go ahead and grab that. That's something that you're going to need. That's something that is going to be able to help you. So I'm going to go ahead and post that too as well. All right, let's post the link for that. All right, so we got that link posted. I'm going to go ahead and pin that in the comment section. All right, so that message is pinned in the comment section. So, and we have it shared out. So we are good. We're ready to rock and roll on today. Man, y'all, I am sorry about yesterday. I don't know what was the delay of what we had going on. We was trying to trade on our account on yesterday. Totally held us back and kind of screwed us up on yesterday, right? But price action was very, people would like to say trash. I like to use another word, but yeah, that's what we got on yesterday. Wasn't too happy about it, wasn't too thrilled about it. So let's go ahead and do what we do best, and let's go to the charts and see what we have and what is happening and taking place so far this morning. Here we go. Let's go ahead and open up ES. All right, so has been on this bullish trend since 4:30. Market closed on yesterday, right? So since 4:30 yesterday, it come back, fills this fair value gap that's here, and price just begins to take off, right? Comes back, and there's a range that I want us to start paying attention to in our trading that is going to help us. This is going to be important. I want us to start paying attention to this. Here's this time frame, and you can highlight this as well. But if we start at 3 o'clock, right, and we're gonna be paying attention to, I know a lot of people ask me about midnight open. So I'm gonna start telling you about it, but I just want you to pay attention to this range that's here. We go to a higher, somewhat of a higher time frame to be able to see. We're starting to get this delay a little bit again. And today, what we're going to be trading on our top step funded account. So here's this range here from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And here's what I'm looking for. We understand and know that we do not use midnight open as a key level of where we trade from, or what we trade, or how we set up our trades, right? Like we use this as a setup to be able to see how is price equaling itself out at the startup point from midnight open. And when we take a look at midnight open, here's what I'm paying attention to. So from 3 o'clock to 7, right? I'm paying attention to be able to see, did we sweep midnight open? And we did. At 6:45, we come and we swept midnight open. So with us sweeping midnight open, this here opens up doors for me to be able to see, do we continue on a bullish trend? And what we would want to see is somewhat of a pullback, and then we enter into the trade and we go to take out buy side liquidity that's sitting at previous week high. So what is it that I'm actually looking for is this here. If I can, okay, I'm looking for price to reverse back down, retrace. Once we get a retrace, we're able to enter into the trade like an optimal trade entry, and what we call in ICT OTE, optimal trade entry. So we get an optimal trade entry, then we shall be able to take our trade, and what we would do is go from our recent swing low to this high here, right? And what we will want is for price to pull back to our buy zone at 75.3450. That's an important level of what we're looking at 75.3450 or 75.37. If we can get price to come there, and that's just slightly below midnight open, right? And price to come there for optimal trade entry on a bullish continuation pattern. So if we're taking a look at our last three candles on the 1 hour, here's what we're looking like. It's looking like selling pressure is coming in. If you take a look at this second candle, it's like buyers came in at the very about 3 hours ago, came in, price was very bullish, and then sellers start to push price back down. We open up bullish, but do sellers continue to step in to push price back into our optimal trade entry area and zone for us to be able to enter into longs here, putting a stop behind this level here? So for today, we're going to pull this back up here. If I could do this, I would want price to retrace like this. That's what we want for today. That's kind of ideal as to what I'm looking for as my bias is concerned. But this range here gives me clear reason as to why this happened. Now, say for instance, the market decides that it wants to equal itself out, right? Like, and the bullish trend ends, and we try to find equilibrium based upon market structure. If that is the case, we have that level here at 75.20, at 75.20, right? So that's another key level. And we also have sell side here. So we have an idea as to what our bias is on today. We have about 10 minutes until market opens to be able to help give us a better idea as to what happens, right? So here's something that I want to do real quick. We could take care of that afterwards. So we're going to be trading our top step today. So let's go ahead and log in the top step. So top step will be open and be ready for us on today. So we're going to be looking primarily at the 2 minute, 3 minute on today to be able to draw our best conclusion as to what we want to do today. But we have our levels set and we're ready to trade on today. So let's go ahead and do a full analysis of what we see in the market. The market is very bullish this morning. So let's start with silver. Silver trading at $60 right now. It was about at 58 on yesterday. We'll go to the intraday chart to be able to take a look at this. So we see the bullishness on silver today. Silver looks really, really good. Let's take a look at, man, we're still having this delay on trading view. And I hope it doesn't. This is why we're not going to be trading on trading view today at all, period. So that's a good thing. Here's gold. Same thing for gold. Look at gold. Beautiful bullishness on gold. And gold seems to be consolidating right here at at this support level, at this key support level. So when you drop up to a higher time frame, can see how it's just consolidating here at this support level on gold, looking for a breakout. We will be needing that breakout on gold. So it's going to be interesting to see. Same thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up to 62,850 on Bitcoin futures this morning. And let's take a look at MNQ. And we see MNQ as well getting rejected right here at this level of 29. Strong rejection at 29,758.75. So let's go back to ES. So that's what the bias is on today. That's where my initial bias is on today. So I still want to be bullish on today, but I still want that retracement for continuation. Looking for OTE on today. And hopefully we could get that once market opens, right? But like I said, we're looking at this key area here between the time frames of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. And we see that we came and traded below midnight open, creating sell side here. Do price come back and take out sell side? Or do we continue to on a continuation to buy side? Gaining this liquidity to be able to come and take out buy side on distribution, right? That's why I have us retracing back at market open. This is what I'm looking for, you know, retracement back at market open. Obviously, a draw here, and price starts to continue on higher with our targets set here towards buy side. And so, how I will be able to kind of gauge a ideal on that, drop down to a lower time frame. Well, I can stick in a 15-minute. We're gonna come here from this swing here. To this high point here. And we're looking for this area here. We want 75.23. That's our sweet zone, right? That's our sweet zone for OTE. Or we could go here. I'm sorry. Let's use this low. And we use this high here. We want to come back to 75.35. Yeah, we getting. I don't know, man. Trading View just got this delay going on. But 75.35 is what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and go big on our screen. There we go. Coming back to this area here, and we get that continuation at market open. So we have about 2 minutes until market open. We want to see what we get here, but we'll be trading our 50K Express funded account on Top Step. That's what we'll be trading today. I will not be trading on Trading View with any of my Apex accounts. So we're gonna be on here today. So let's go ahead and get our tunes going. And see what the market gives us on today. We're going to be patient. And we also have some stats for you too. So we also secured, I showed you all on yesterday, when we traded on the 7th, we also secured this 25K account too as well. Just something to be able to add on, another add-on to our account. So we see the market pulling back here a little bit. Let's see if we can continue to get a retracement right at market open. We have about 1 minute until market opens. All right, the market is now open. And we see the market is starting to pull itself back. That's that retracement of what we wanted. That's what we was calling for this morning. Let's see if we could get an OTE here. We're going to be patient though. See if the market wants to deliver. If we go to a higher time frame and we look at this on a 1 hour, right? Taking a look at this on the 1 hour, you kind of can see, so it'll make it invalid if we just come and just sweep this whole entire thing, but coming here at 75,357, 75.35, how does the market react there at that level? But we're reacting off of this 1 hour fair value gap. That's here. See, that was the potential area for a buy that's there. But we're forming a bearish order block. Drop down to the 2 minute. We may get filled here on a short. Let's see. I'm thinking See if we could get fill here. If we trade back into this fair value gap that was here. Take on this potential short. We're going to be patient though. We don't really truly want to engage fully as of yet. But I do like how price reacted to sell side. Coming down to sell side. Look at how it reacted on sell side. If we break this level here, then we could have the possibility of looking for longs. So let's see what we get here. We want to get strong displacement above this level here. So if we could get strong displacement above this level, then we'll have the possibility to be able to look for longs. But we want to be careful though, because you have the accumulated move, the manipulated move, and then distribution. Now we having a shift in structure that's happening and taking place. Let's see if we could be able to get ourselves in on this action here.
Order filled.
All right, so
Order filled.
all right, we want to be very careful here. Let's see if we can continue to get some bullish movement. So we did get exactly what we were looking for. We got the retracement back, right? That's what we wanted. And we could have, and if you were paying attention to us a little bit earlier, we was talking about trying to see if we could get an optimal trade entry here. And can we target buy side and come and take out buy side liquidity that's at 75.70? That is the overall look of the move of what I'm looking for. So if I was to just shoot up a little bit to a higher time frame, coming towards previous day high in that area, we still could be operating within some form of manipulation. I just hope that we can remain bullish here.
Order filled.
Okay, so we've been getting rejected here at this area at 75.57. Has been a strong area of rejection. That's right here. So could that have been a manipulated move to be able to take us down and take out sell side, going back to setting an equilibrium here? Beautiful displacement. So if we were to drop down, if I could drop down to a lower time frame to show you all, beautiful displacement below this level here. I think we have an opportunity to enter into some shorts. 75, 51, 25. Let's wait. Let's wait. We have about 30 seconds until this candle closes. But you could see on the last three candles, even on the one, like on our 1 hour time frame, we are bullish. Oh man, my cell phone's about to die. That sucks. All right, so we'll let this trade play out to see what we get for today. We need one of those days where the market just takes off and just continue on to be higher for the rest of the day. I would love that. So we see price pulling towards previous day high. I still kind of stand by some of the things it was of what I was sharing when it comes down to this, and when we're paying attention to the market from these key levels of what we see. It's big for you to be able to understand why. Look, price comes all the way back down to this level, which is OTE, right? That's an OTE level of what we call. If you come here and go from this swing low to this swing high that was here, look at this. You could withstand a little volatility, and then there's the reversal. That's an OTE level that was beautiful. As we get to our 27, we at our first initial target, so we'll be able to take some off of the trade here. We'll take off a contract on the trade. But was that not beautiful OTE? That's what we called. We literally called this right on live, that price was going to come retrace back into OTE zone, and we're looking for our first profit target to be taken out here. That's a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. So we're going to scale out on our position. $75.62. 75.62.75. That's our first initial profit target. And again, we're not trading today on our on TradingView because of that lag and what happened to us on yesterday. So I'm trading on my Mac actually, and
Order filled.
So we're starting to see that displacement.
Order filled.
So that gives you the idea of that trade, right? But that was called live on stream. So now let's wait and see what price does. Is this where we start to enter into our distribution and come back and take out sell side and start trading below midnight open? There's that continuation.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
So that worked out perfect. That worked out perfect. See, I'm gonna go back to show you all what we did. So you see our OTE zone. This is what we were looking for and what we wanted. We wanted price to retrace back into our OTE area, which is here. Here, I'm gonna do something that's funny for you all on today. Let's see if we can get one of these emoji icons over here. Here we go. Let's get this here. Boom. Pull this all the way down. Flip it up. Oh, there we go. That's our zone of what we wanted, right? We got that on today. We got the fill. And then now you're getting a continuation, the sweep of previous day high. Can price continues to pull towards buy side of what we have that's sitting here resting right here above previous week high, right? So you can allow a runner to be able to run from here at this point on the trade continuation. But that was what I wanted to see, and that's what the market delivered on, which was beautiful. Which was beautiful. First TP target has been hit. But I did that basically reacting off of what I saw from this range here between the time frames of 3 to 7. So this is going to be a learning lesson. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and be able to do a video on this while we're in real time, so that you could be able to see this setup. This is one of the most beautiful setups that you could ask for, right? We wanted this here. Targeting buy side. Did we not get that? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I think sometimes when we trade, we be too much into our own heads. And when we're in our heads like that, it kind of like throw us off on. Here, we're going to take this stuff off. We be too much in our heads and it throws us off. And when we're in our heads like that and it throws us off, we start to have mental lapses and we mess up within our trading. I had someone say that I was sitting here and I was listening to something this morning talking about the importance of certain key levels, right? And one of those key levels of what they were discussing was one of our favorite key levels, which is midnight open, right? So what they were saying was midnight open isn't a level, and I definitely respect their opinion. That's why it gave me a different perception on it. But also what I always continue to see is this happening here. And this is a question that I'll be able to stage and probably ask to gain more clarification on it when I do talk to her about it. But the question around this was, I was just trying to make sure that we're not getting full reversal happening here. So what the question around this was, is this key level a level of where you can actually trade off of? And so this morning I was saying that it's not where you can trade off of. It's just a matter of knowing the beginning points and starting points to where you want your trade to be, right? Of what you're looking for within the day. So for me, it's more so of me using the range here, me using this range to determine how I choose to go about everything else that's within my trade. So what I looked at was from the time frame of 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Did we come and sweep below midnight open? Yes, we did. And we was on a bullish trend. Price comes back, retrace back to OTE level, and then now it's in a continuation. That right there is where psychologically I've always said this. Hey, if we're above midnight open, I'm looking for longs. If we're below midnight open, I'm looking for shorts, right? Do it not show that just a little bit? I mean, just a little, right? Of you being able to
Order
take a
filled.
long position. Okay. Took some off our position here. But do you understand a little bit of what I mean when I say that? When I share that with you all of what it is of what I was looking for on that OTE level and using Mint Open as a good reference point. Most people don't know how to use it. But once you understand how to use it, it just makes your trading a whole lot easier. And that's the truth, right? What Jesus say? I'm the truth, I don't tell lies. So that's just something, that's another reference point for you to be able to go off of and be able to see. If I were you, that will be something that I will definitely start paying attention to within my trading. I will pay attention to things like that within my trading because it just makes it a lot more easier for you to be able to understand and grasp a whole different level, like a whole nother concept as to how you trade, right? So we're going to try this one more time. Okay. We're going to try this one more time. I want to show you all an example of that and the importance of this and why we choose this. Trying to see something here. Hold on 1 second, chat. So it's looking like shorts are coming in. But there's something that I'm trying to do real quick. So if you all could just bear with me for a second. Gosh, I hate when I start feeling old when it comes to technology. This is by far insane. I'm just trying to understand why this thing don't even give me an option to be able to use this. So we see that Optima trade entry did kind of pan out to hit first initial TP. The market pulled itself back. And we get in some form of a retracement. So that you'll be able to see. Yo, I have no reason or idea as to why this is not working. I don't think it's anything I could do about it. Here, let's try this. It's not working. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. I think we were able to get it. Let's try this again. There we go. Hey, it worked for us. All right, cool. So, man, okay. Now that we got that working for ourselves, we have a change in state of delivery of what just happened and took place. Look at this. We're now below midnight open. So it looks like we got the manipulated move of what we wanted to see here. We're just going to be patient though to see, but we did get the move of what we wanted. Let's see what's happening when we look at this from a higher time frame though. Let's go up to the 1 hour. And where we got rejected from is here at this bearish order block level of what we had already on yesterday. So this level here of where yesterday, here I could pull this up right there. That level here, we rejected from this level again and pulled all the way back, coming here towards sell side, the takeout sell side, probably drawing an equilibrium here to be able to get the move to go to continue higher, because it wasn't enough liquidity to be able to push us past this point here when you start to look at it. So this is another reason as to why I do keep my my levels open and why I don't close them out is because of those reasons right there. Like, I like to see, hey, what happened here? Can I use what took place on yesterday to be able to help me within today? And as you can see, what happened, we get rejected right from that bearish order block of what we had on yesterday. So these things do be for a reason of why we have them here. They are here for a reason. I'm just happy we was able to get that taken care of. So not only that, man, we just got some stuff to take care of this morning, y'all. I'm sorry. The market is in this bit of a pullback. So sweeping the previous day high, if you would have shorted at the sweep of previous day high, you are hella in profits. that's how you can be able to take a look at that. So what time did the sweep happen? Here's another important question. Right at 10 a.m. What do we call this at 10 a.m.? Judas swing. All right, that's taken care of. Jeremy, what is that you're getting taken care of? Bills. So we see price comes all the way back to that higher low on sell side where sell side was. Almost taking out sell side here, but it retraces back and regathers that bullish momentum. Do this be enough liquidity to be able to re-enter in for longs? Go back to it on a 3-minute chart so that you could be able to see. Very interesting. But this is where I wouldn't engage, right? I would just wait and see. If you go up to a higher time frame, like somewhere like the 4-hour chart, so let's just take a look and just see what's happening on the 4-hour chart. We said it on the 1 hour too as well, that rejection came from the sweep of previous day high, right? So pull back here. If you are tuning in to the show, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It helps with the visibility. So here we are on the higher time frame, and what it is of what we're looking for on the 4-hour. This is why we haven't traded on TradingView, because I swear it's like this lag happening and taking place, which is insane. So we sweep previous day high, and price starts rejecting there from previous day high, pulls all the way back. It can't seem to get past this bearish order block here of what we had on yesterday. So yesterday's bearishness is the reason why we pulled back once we swept this key level today. We did not close above previous day high. If we start getting candle closure above previous day high, then you could look for continuation to be able to take out buy side. But until then, you kind of see what we're working with. So if you drop down to the 1 hour, you'll be able to see it. Here's yesterday's bearish order block. Boom, there's the short. You see the rally on up, sweep previous day high. Does not get candle closure there, but sweep it and reverses back and retraces a little bit towards sell side. Did not close really at all down here, which buyers, once this liquidity, low resistance liquidity ran happened, buyers pushed this price all the way back up to here at 75.53, which could make you feel like it's a re-entry for longs. If you got stopped out of your trade, you can be able to re-enter in and look to be able to target buy side at previous week high. But you know, remains to be seen. I would just allow myself to be patient within this here. Just continue to exercise some patience. That's what I would do. I'm gonna log into my account. We're going to have a different approach to this too as well, because yesterday gave us absolute trash and garbage, but today we want to have a little bit of a different approach to how we approach trading on his legacy account. We're going to have a different approach to this. So there is something else I have to do today too as well. So it seems to be turning bullish right here on MNQ towards VWAP. If you drop down to the 1 minute, it's hanging around there. It's pulling back a little bit more. If I go to ES and look at it on ES, ES is above VWAP on the 1 minute, pulling back towards VWAP, probably on a retest for continuations to be able to go higher. So if I were to drop down here to the 1 minute and be able to show you, you could see what I'm talking about. Give you a better idea as to what it is, what I'm talking about. See price starting to retrace back in. Now crack below VWAP. Let's look at it on a 5-minute chart. I'm not loving this lag that's on Trading View. It gave us problems on yesterday. It's giving us problems on today. I just can't seem to wrap my hands around it. Wrap my head around it. That's why we haven't traded on Trading View at all today, and we used our top step account due to the simple fact of that lag. It's horrible. Oh. Did we have news this morning? We did. We had existing home sales. Today is the 9th. We had existing home sales come out. negative 2.4%. Interesting things to keep our eyes on. All right, there's one other thing I don't know why I closed this. Let's do this because this is important. Okay. Come here. I'm gonna have to do it one more time. So far as of right now, y'all see what we're doing. We're a little bit above midnight open, trying to get past previous day high. We have buy side liquidity sitting there resting at previous week high. Price has been ranging between sell side and previous day high, as we could see. We came back to sell side during market open with an OTE entry. That would have been a nice trade to previous day high. And then if you would have shorted back to sell side, then that would have been a good trade for you too as well. But we've just been acting between this range here between sell side and previous day high. If we break above previous day high, we can look for long continuations towards buy side liquidity, sweeping buy side. But we're on the 5-minute and it looks to be pretty bullish from here. So you want to get displacement. You're in this bullish order box, but you want to get displacement above previous day high for you to look for long continuations. But until then, that's an area of resistance that's there. And until we break that area with displacement, then it's best to just sit on the sidelines and be a little bit patient until that happens. And that's what we're doing here. We're not FOMOing. No, not today. Yesterday, price action was too crazy. see why we haven't engaged fully as of yet as it pertains to that. Now, if the setup is very beautiful, then we might trade or fund it. But as of right now, I'm just hanging tight while we're just consolidating a little bit quick. So I want to go back to something to show you all while we're sitting here trying to exercise a different level of discipline and being patient. I wanted to show you this range here. If I could go to perhaps, here we go with that slow behind trading view. Okay. Here we go. This range here, and we have yet to break out of it as of yet. We're trying to on the 15. But look, between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., we have been, if I was to take this, I don't know, y'all, why this thing is moving so slow. Let's see if I close it out and perhaps reopen it. Then maybe, maybe things will be good between it. I'm not sure. I don't. Anyways, but this range of what we have here, right, of what I have drawn out within the green, this is a very important range. And we have yet to just get full displacement above this. Once we get full displacement above this, this can give us extra confirmation to take longs above previous day high to target buy side liquidity. But until then, we're just consolidating in between this. And it's very important. I use this range to be able to determine the positions that I wanted to take. And a lot of people today caught the manipulated move once we got the sweep below midnight open, coming down towards sell side, right at 9:30. If we go to 9:30's candle, what happened? You could have taken an optimal trade entry, right? OTE, like we had discussed earlier this morning, it come right down a little bit past our entry zone, right? So you would have had just a little bit of a drawdown, but look how price rallied back up, sweeps previous day high. Beautiful trade. You could have walked away for today with a nice trade off of OTE. But if you're looking for that full move, do that happen on today? I don't know. I don't know if we continue to get continuation to come and take out buy side until we start getting seeing some candle closure here above previous day high. You could drop down to the 5-minute chart. You may have an entry here because you're in somewhat of an order block on the 1 minute, like here. Putting your stop there and seeing if you could get a rally there, but I just wouldn't engage as of yet until you start seeing some closure above that previous day high level. So this is where you just kind of sit on your hands a little bit, be patient, and we may end up having a comeback PM session to get what we really want. We're still within this range. You can see us if you go down to, has somewhat of a fair value gap right here of what price is trading back into, but this is not what we want to be trading at all, period. It's not what we want to be trading. Just be patient enough to be able to see what price delivers us on. What I will be doing real quick is coming here. Let's see. Let's do this. Because you can see my trading view is acting funny, right? I'm going to close out trading view. I have to close it out. So I closed out trading view. Let me see, I'm gonna open up a new one. Just give me 1 second. Probably just needed to be reset. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's a lot better. There we go. That's a lot better for us. But yeah, so we're just going to be a little bit patient here. We're not engaging into the markets. We just want to tape read a little bit. But we do understand and know why we're within this range. I'm going to go up to a little bit of a higher time frame. I'm on a 10-minute chart right now. But you can see this range of what we drew out this morning. And we're just trading within that, right? We're just consolidating surely right within this here. That sweep of previous day high, price pulls back a little bit below midnight open, tapping into, not even fully tapping into sell side like how we wanted it to, but you see the bullishness of price pushing right back up. Now it's having a little bit of a pullback. Do we get continuation past previous day high? And that's where we're looking for our entry once we get displacement above this level here. So we're just being patient at the moment. There's no need for us to FOMO, get caught up in this consolidation. It's 10:48 this morning. We have not had breakfast either, have not had our iced coffee either. So y'all know I'm a little bit on edge. Every time I have to sit here and just wait. So also another thing is, let's take a look at the DSY, right? Like, we have not looked at the DSY on today. Let's take a look at the DSY, because we do know the DSY does determine pretty much a lot of what our bias is, which we have that in our newsletter. Those of you who did not get the newsletter, I highly advise for you to get that newsletter, because the newsletter is what puts you in position. Listen to me, it does not steer us wrong. It just don't. It don't steer us wrong at all. So we're looking at the dollar here. Let me go up to a higher time frame. So as the dollar is pushing higher, right? If I were to drop down to a 1 minute time frame, you'll be able to see that the dollar is actually pushing higher, right? So as you can see here, the dollar is pushing higher. So that means what? If this is going higher and the dollar is very bullish right now currently, even if we go to a higher time frame, let's see, how bullish are we? Well, we're not that bullish, Jeremy, because we are doing what? Consolidating between a range of previous day high and previous day low. We did have candle closure above previous day high, but we're on a 4-hour chart and we're just still consolidating, which we may end up just consolidating for the rest of the day. Trading within this range on the dollar. We need the dollar to be able to make up its mind and give us an idea, a really good idea as to where it's headed at this point. Do we continue to just go lower, right? After the rejection of previous month high of 2025's old high, right? We swept 2025 old high, created relative equal highs there at previous month high. Then the market started to pull itself back here towards previous week low. And we have somewhat of a trend. You can call it somewhat of a trend. Me, I would pretty much look at this as a channel that we need to break out of. And once we're able to break out of this channel here on a 4-hour, we'll have a better sense of direction of what's going to happen with indices. I think we're just going to start consolidating from this point. So those full moves of what you're looking for as far as distribution is concerned, I don't think we get those. See? So we're down here. This is buy zone for the dollar, right? Got support here. Got resistance right there at previous day high. come back to previous day low, find support there. You trade a little bit above previous day high, but then you just start tanking. So it'll be more so of something like this. This new high come up here for yesterday. Since I haven't adjusted this since yesterday. So you trade into previous day high on yesterday, pull all the way back to previous day low, which will be there. From the other day, look at this. Here's Monday low, and here's Thursday, trading right back at that low, right? And we see price starting to rally a little bit. So what we're looking for and what we need is for the dollar to determine what is it going to do from this point here. Do we do this? If the dollar does that, comes back to previous week high and create relative equal highs here, then you have an opportunity to be able to short indices, right? You can short indices. But if this fails and this starts to happen and we come back and sweep liquidity here at previous week low, you can look to long indices, right? You can be able to target for those 3R type trades overall. So right now, we're just waiting to see what happens here. I could drop down to the 30-minute. We still have no clear direction. It looks like it wants to turn bullish, right? It looks that way. But looks could be deceiving. Looks can definitely be deceiving. So let's remove this off the screen. I just want us to be even more patient. Watching this on the 2-minute time frame. And what you do, I mean, you did have bullishness here though, right? But we're trading below this macro level here. When you look at it overall, we're trading below this macro level line. That's very important. You can see once we hit that line, we pull back. So for some real strong bullishness, we need to be above this level here. We need to be above $100.72, like 172. We need to be above that. That's why it's important for you to get this newsletter, because you'll be able to see things from a different perspective within your trading that plays into your hands. So when you go to a higher or even higher time frame like the 4-hour, you see why we're trading lower within that, right? Coming back to previous day low. Do we come back to previous day low and take out liquidity of what's resting that's here? That's something that we got to strongly keep our eyes on. That's something that we have to pay attention to. It's looking just like this, just like this. So you see why it kind of slowed down when you move into, and I could just add it to the chart. When you add ES to the chart, right? Man, I dropped my cell phone thinking that it was like a drink. I was finna say, oh crap. Okay. So let's go back to MES. So as we're pushing lower, what are we seeing? The dollar wanting to, indices wanting to rise. But we need candle closure above previous day high. Now we're starting to pull back, in which we can possibly get that on ES. ES is trying to be bullish. But I wanted to be a little bit stronger when it comes to the 5-minute chart. This may be an entry for us right here.
Order filled.
I can log in into my Trader Vague. Here's what we want to target. We have resting buy side that's sitting here. I know it's 11 o'clock and we're taking trades after 11, but with what price action was giving us, we kind of was able to draw a whole different perspective as to what we could look for within this trade. So I think it's all about exercising patience at this point and trusting what it is, what you see in the trade overall. So hopefully we could get, like, look at this wick here and look at how buyers just push this all the way, push price all the way back up here, right? I want us to expand. I'm looking for expansion above this, and we just start stair stepping our way to buy side. I wouldn't mind adding to my position here, maybe like 5 contracts, but you know, we're not gonna be too greedy. I think I want to add to my position here though. I'm gonna just be honest. But let's just take this first one. I just don't think there's any reason for me to rush anything and just allow it to play itself out. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Let's see if we could find ourselves some where we would look to target here off of our initial swing points. Invalid. So our first initial target will be here at 0.27. So our negative 27% level. So at 75, 77, 75, 77, 25, 75, 77, 25. we will look to start scaling out of our position. We'll take about so our first target, our second target. $75.91 is our second target. $75.91.50. And we'll leave one for a runner if we were to sweep buy side and come here. So let's see, you all, how we do. So we have our target set. Until we hit our first initial TP, because this is a strong high that's here. Once we hit our first initial TP, then that's when we will look to be able to move our stop loss to break even. But right now, as of right now, we're not touching our stop. We do have this strong high here. We are like kind of in a premium when you drop down to a lower time frame, like this 1 minute here. That's why I had that strong high here. So if you could probably see where I put it, see where I had strong high put there. So that's a little bit of a premium. If we can break up out of this premium, then I will look for us to be able to soar. But as of right now, we're getting rejected right there at that area. Oh man, so to give y'all some insight on last night, man. So last night dinner, we had filet mignon with asparagus. We had baked potato with sour cream, cheese, chives, and green onion. And when I tell y'all, filet mignon within itself, like you have to cook it correctly. But once you're able to get it down pat, oh man, you're talking about, I like my meat medium. And so, not medium well, medium. I still like that warm pink center where all the juices and the flavors get ready to come out. Man, listen, when I tell you that thing was good, we were so satisfied last night. Great meal. So we see we had somewhat of a little bit of a pullback, slight pullback, market taking a breather before it continues on with this rally. Now we're seeing that push that's propelling us to the upside here as we look to be able to nail our first initial TP area. So we're just being patient. Patience is a virtue, correct? Patience is a virtue. We understand that. So if overall, just taking a look, you see how we just went into sell side quite a few times today, right? Right at market open, we dipped into sell side. Price goes back, sweep previous day high, dips back into sell side. So that's two sweeps on sell side. Didn't take out sell side completely, but to have two sweeps there, and you're getting the continuated move going up. You can't beat that. And price coming to either take out buy side, in my opinion, by day's end. We're gonna create higher highs and higher lows along the way to be able to get there, in my opinion. But we're just gonna hang tight on these on this trade. And for those of you who are following me and watching, what I will do is, let's see. Should we keep stream going while we're in this trade? Should we keep stream going while we're in this trade, or would you like for us to just hold off and we can show execution marks at the end? We got rejected again for the second time here at this strong high point. This is an area where we want to just be paying attention to, coming back to retest. Right here on this 5-minute fair value gap. This is why we have not moved our stop at all. In the event price want to come back and retest this area, we don't get wicked out of the trade to give us continuation to go higher. So this is where you just exercise a level of patience, and you don't move your stop until you take out first initial TP. Then you can move your stop to break even. So this is okay. But until then, guys, I have things that I have to do. So what I may end up doing, I'm gonna allow the trade to still run. I have not closed out on my position. You see where my stop loss is. You see where my take profits are, right? Targets are. So I'm not entering out of the trade. I'm not exiting out of the trade at all, period. Still going to keep the trade going. If you want to know what happened and what took place on this trade, please follow me. Please follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, so that you can be able to see my screenshot. Follow me on TikTok as well. I'll be able to post the screenshot and executions there for you. All right. Sounds good. So continue to have a good rest of your day, and I'm gonna go and handle business and get things taken care of what I have to get taken care of. All right. Y'all like, Jeremy, man, what is it that you gotta actually get taken care of? Work. Work. Bills have to be done. We gotta pay the tab on the bills. Bills have to be done. So we're gonna be getting that taken care of on today. And as we're getting that taken care of on today, those of you, like I said earlier, if you want to get the macro newsletter, listen to me. Grab that while you had the opportunity to. Grab it. Just don't let it go to waste. Grab it. Use it as a tool to be able to help you within your trading. If it does not help you at all, period, you come back and let me know, and now I owe you. No, seriously. If it does not work for you in your trading, you come back to tell me, and now I owe you. And the only reason why I'm saying I would owe you on this is because I know I won't owe you, because I know I'm right. And I'm only right because I just know that is beneficial because we've used it time and time again. This is what has been helping us stay solid. All right. So you can see the trade is still going. The trade is still running. I'll holler at you all. Look at that beautiful move to the upside. I kind of want to just keep showing you all this until we hit first initial TP. Let's hit first initial TP, our first TP area, and then we walk away. I think our problem on also here's another key metric of what it is, what I wanted to share with you all. Understanding each and every time I talk to you about ranges, understand why I was focused on this range. Not just this range, but also key areas of what we mark on our charts. There's a reason for that. And we trade those reasons. We trade based upon those reasons. Most people won't understand that. We broke above that strong high that was right here, you all. That strong high that was there, we broke above that. So that was a key level, right? So if I go up to my higher time frame, like my 15-minute time frame, you'll see that I had strong high on my 15-minute time frame. We just disrupted that. Now that we disrupted that, we could come back, test that little area for support, and continue to push even higher. Or we could just expand even higher from this point. But these are the things that I want you to pay attention to when it comes to your trades. We'll scale out 50% of our position once we hit TP, and we'll leave 4 left with a runner to be able to go after sweeping buy side liquidity, because I think we're coming to take out buy side. So beautiful trade on today. That's 2. Let's see if we can hit first TP for you all before we leave. Let's see if we could get it before 11:30. I want it before 11:30. If it doesn't come by 11:30, you all, we'll still leave our position open, and you'll just be able to check out the rest of the trade and how that trade played itself out on my Twitter and on my TikTok account. We have not moved our stop loss yet because we have yet to hit first initial TP to be able to move to break even. Once we hit first initial TP, then we're moving to break even, okay? We don't want to do it too early. We learned our lesson from that by doing it too early. And it just hurt us on multiple occasions. So we're trading into this 5-minute fair value gap a little bit.
What's going on, Juco?
We gotta figure out what's on the lunch menu for today. I don't know what I want for lunch. Let's see if we could get a push to TP. It's 11:28. Can we get that push before 11:30 comes? So far, we're up $1,000 between two accounts. We're trading our legacies today. So let's continue to hold. Let's drop down to a lower time frame. So we broke above the bearish order block that we talked about, right? We broke above this area. We broke above the strong high, which is a high resistance area. Price seems to be coming back, retesting that area, and then I think we get the continuation. All right, y'all, it is 11:30 and our position is still in play. We're still going to continue to hold. So everything of what it is I told you all, we will deliver on. Pay attention to my Twitter so that you could be able to get updates.